first 3 points of the game.
A good open look, and he slashes home the three.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. For the Pistons.
Well, as we take a look at the rankings, let's see where Detroit ended up last season. 3rd in rebounding, 8th in steals. And they were in the top half of the league in block shots, so not a very intimidating team, but nonetheless a solid defensive team.
And this is a team that really relied most heavily on the rebounding numbers that you talked about. I mean, at top 5, they're a team that likes to attack the lane at both ends of the floor, really control the glass on defense and try to pound you inside with the offensive board.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way. It's going to be Williams shooting. They get Randy Foy. The Pistons shooting their first free throw tonight. The Nuggets trail by 4. Now here is Augustine. A minute 20 left here in the opening quarter. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Augustine's got his first bucket in this one. The Pistons have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame.
DJ Augustine playing big minutes for the Bulls last season with Derrick Rose hurt. I'll tell you what, he put up some big numbers at times. 27 points in back-to-back games.
Gallinari with the steal. And here we go, Nuggets running again. Here's Mozgov. And it's Denver scoring again.
He put that lead pass in perfect position for his teammate.
Detroit's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And for Augustine, undersized at the point guard position, he has struggled defensively.
Yeah, and he has to compensate with his shooting and passing skills. When he's hitting shots and finding teammates, he's solid.
But you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Fires from 14. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
You have to get a hand into his face because that's his range right there.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Mitchell's shot is good.
You can always depend on him to put the pass right on the money.
The Nuggets trail by 5. Here's Augustine, and he banks in the layup. Augustine's got his second bucket.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
Oh, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
Shot's good by Williams.
Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
With 1 on the clock, no good on the buzzer beater. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Pistons lead by... It's a... Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
And so here's Denver. They trail by 6. And it's their first look at this year's Pistons here for the first game of the NBA's 82-game regular season.
Yeah, they faced each other twice last season, and they split those 2 games in what really wasn't a season to remember for either team.
Dixon and Mozgov playing together in the front court. DJ Augustine out there at 4, and it's Gallinari in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. And the Nuggets with some changes. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Mozgov. Flalo comes in for Randy Foy. And it's Lawson in for Augustine. And then for Detroit, Andre Drummond's checked in for Sanders. Fareed comes in for Mitchell. And John Wall subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Steve referenced the series between these teams a year ago, and Clark, it's a good thing they matched up well against each other because They didn't match up well with too many other teams.
Well, that's exactly right, Kevin. I mean, we don't mean to make light of it, but the reality is neither one of them gave opponents very much resistance or too many problems. It was really a down year for both teams.
Tough seasons, you're right. Chandler with the screen on Williams. Gallinari passes to Lawson. And the foul on Mo Williams. That's his first foul. A different look for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Hickson. And Monroe subbed in for Gallinari. And Detroit with a change here, too. Paul Pierce is checked in for Mo Williams. Now here's Afflalo. And Fareed comes to help. Afflalo dishes to McGee. Chandler outside. Just 5 on the clock. On its way from Afflalo for 2. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Robinson's checked in for Singler. And there's the pass to Drummond. Outside, Pierce. Fareed setting the pick for Wall. Out to the right wing. Outside, Pierce. There's the lob to the hoop. Fareed, no good.
You know, last season, Denver really cleared the deck for JaVale McGee to take over as a starting center. But he only managed 5 games as a stress fracture in his tibia cost him the rest of the season.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. For Harrison Barnes, it's been a lifelong goal to play in the NBA. Back in high school in Iowa, to raise travel money for tournaments, Barnes, his mother, and his sister would go to Iowa State Cyclones games and collect recyclables. Barnes said, "You learn from those times. They build something in you. I know what it took for me to get here." Kevin sounds like some character.
And his hard work continues, Doris. Thank you. With McGee's size and athleticism, Steve, the ownership in Denver infatuated with his potential.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons they traded away Kosta Koufos. And remember, they changed head coaches. It was all sort of a way to clear the path for McGee, but he wasn't healthy. So now we'll see if he's healthy, whether all that pays off for him.
They get it again. Monroe, no good. Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Robinson drives in. That drops. Robinson's got 5 points so far.
Boy, that was impressive, Clark. He did not hesitate to take the ball right up against the bigger defender.
Boy, I like that aggressive mindset there, Steve.
And Nate Robinson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. The shot's good from Lawson.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
Yeah, that's 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed on good looks right at the rim.
With this break in the action, we can show you the teams that had the most rebounds last season. The Nuggets in second. In the third spot, the Pistons.
You know, these two teams each had a great awareness of anticipating where missed shots were going to come down. That's part of why they were outstanding rebounding teams. They each had a couple of key players, but both had some unexpected help from guys you don't normally think of as rebounders.
Outside, Wall. Robinson against Afflalo. Robinson drives in. It's Pierce on the wing. And that one's on target from the wing. Pierce has got 7 points in the game.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Lawson outside. 13 feet away. And it's Denver scoring again.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
Man, it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. You got to play hard, guys.
Now here's Wall. Outside, Pierce. The dish to Robinson. Jacks up a 3. That is good. Robinson's got 5 points now this quarter.
And he's starting to pick things up here after a tough first quarter.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets.
Well, Paul Pierce, a 16-year veteran, and last season his first not in a Celtics uniform. It took some getting used to, both for him and for us.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Foy comes in for Aaron Aflalo, and DJ Augustine subbed in for Ty Lawson. Detroit also making some changes. Harry Sanders is checked in for Andre Drummond. Mitchell comes in for Fareed, and it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for John Wall. Now, here is Monroe. He's got 6. Chandler's shot, good.
Well, you just had to love the reception for Pierce and KG in their first game back in Boston. No surprise there. The fans there, some of the best in the league, and they showered those guys with tremendous love, cheers, and appreciation. Well deserved for what they've contributed as Celtics and certainly as NBAers.
A slam dunk by Robinson.